I love partnerships. Our government runs on a partnership array of many jurisdictions. With us tonight, we have some of our elected officials or the representatives. And first of all, from Congressman Bonamici's office, Ryan Mann. Ryan, are you still here? Where's Ryan? He slipped out? Hey, he got a drink and left. I'm from the federal government. I'm here to help you. We were introduced to Metro President Tom Hughes earlier. So as Tom mentioned, he's president of the Metro Council. He's elected by nearly 1 million or more than 1.5 million people representing the entire area. But better than that, Tom was a former mayor in Hillsborough, 2 terms, 8 years. And so he gets it. He knows what it happens in these communities, and he brings that knowledge to Metro. So thank you for doing that. And our direct representative, Craig Dirksen, sits on Metro. Couldn't be here tonight, but he's the former mayor of Tigard, so he gets it too. So we have that relationship at Metro. And then our board member on the Washington County Board of Commissioners, Roy Rogers. Where's Roy? Roy, stand up, Roy. So Roy is your representative, Washington County Board, and he has a heart for Tualatin. He has done amazing things for this community. I'm going to talk a little bit more later tonight. But the other little nuance that he has is Roy was a former mayor of Tualatin. Is there a theme here? All right. Speaking of mayors, we have my next door neighbor, Mayor John Cook from Tigard. Thank you for being here, John. Tualatin and Tigard has a long history of working together, and John has amped that up even another level. And I don't know if we have any other municipal or county officials tonight. We have Gordon Hughes, who's a Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue Board Chair. Gordon, great partner, thank you. And if I missed anyone on the elected side, well, again, we work closely with our partners. There's some elected folks that you saw up here on the screen, but it's really important to give them their due appreciation, because these guys and gals put in hours and hours and hours on your behalf, and many of us have been doing it for years and years and years. So I'm going to introduce again Council President Monique Beichman. Monique. And Councilor Nancy Grimes. And Councilor, is Frank here? I didn't see Frank. Councilor Bubnik. Councilor Joelle Davis. I know Joelle is here. She had to leave. Okay. And Councilor Wade Brooksby. And then Councilor Ed Truax. And I got to tell you that when Ed started council and when I started council, we were not senior citizens. But we are today.
He had black hair.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the state of the city of Tualatin is tremendous. You've seen the evidence of that tonight already. Those of you who live and work here know that already. 2014 was a big year in Tualatin. We see change happen a lot in this community, but this year we saw a major facelift in our downtown. Thank you, Chad. We have experienced a resurgence in our local economy, as Robert mentioned. We've welcomed more than 100 new businesses into Tualatin. And through the new businesses and the expanding existing businesses, we see a growth of over 1,000 new jobs in this community. We've embraced the major policy decisions, including the beginning of the study for future facility needs, to discuss marijuana and light rail and many more. And we continue to maintain, in my opinion, and in the opinion of at least 92% of the people who live here and take the survey, continue to maintain excellent quality in our city services, managing that new growth, and keeping that small town feel, that closeness that we all love about Tualatin. This year brought lots of discussion about marijuana dispensaries and grow sites and the impacts that they have on our community and our kids and our general safety of our community. And I want to thank folks who have shared their thoughts and their positions and their opinions on the subject. People we know are on both sides of this, have strong feelings, and so we appreciate that input so that our council can move forward with creating policy on how to manage this issue that respects everyone's concerns to the best of our ability. See, a drug-free, a drug-safe community is something that we take very seriously. We try to educate our kids at a young age about the dangers of drugs and alcohol. We want our kids to grow up in a healthy town, a safe environment. We have a lot of partners who help us do that. You saw the school resource officers. That's a program that our budget committee insists on every year because it's so important to keep our police officers connected to and develop a relationship with kids early on and help educate them about their own safety, about their own self-esteem, and of course about the abuse potential of drugs and alcohol. As you saw this year, Joelle brought to us Zoe, the canine. She had been pushing for our canine dog for years, and you can see the great benefit that Zoe and Officer Barkley have given our community already. And I love a special partner in that arena. Cindy Hillier leads Tualatin Together. Cindy, are you here? Cindy, wait. And you got some youth. They're called Stand Up Tualatin. And would you guys wait? Thank you. Thank you for being here. Tualatin Together is doing great work. Through Cindy's leadership, they've secured a 5-year, $625,000 federal grant to help build a community coalition focused on prevention, on education, and advocacy. So thank you, helping us maintain a quality place to live, work, and play in Tualatin. And I do love our police department. We have an amazing chief, Kent Barker. I don't know if Kent's here tonight, but Kent is known across this nation as a leader among leaders in the police work. You guys do an amazing job of keeping us safe, but also strengthening our community through your community outreach. Tualatin has some of the friendliest, most personable officers, but they're still strong and tough to take care of the bad guys. They're out in our neighborhoods with friendly faces, National Night Out, the Citizens Police Academy, which is having its 5th year this year, and their general community policing work. And another one of our public safety partners is Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue, and I love TVF&R. And again, Gordon Hovey's from the board, and we have with us our chief, Brian Sherrod. Is Brian still here? He has to be here because we're a little bit over the head count on the fire marshal. And a little known rule, as long as you have a uniformed fireman in the facility who approves of our exit plan, we are in compliance. So Brian, you're an important man here tonight. I want to thank each of you for supporting TVF&R this year with the passage of the local operating levy, giving them the funds to not only maintain but actually improve their emergency response time. And so it's very important that they have the tools to work with, and this community supports that hand in wallet, hand in pocket. Thank you very much for that. In 2014 alone, they responded to over 35,000 calls for service in Tualatin. They've trained more than 15,000 folks across the district in the Perform CPR, and they have their smartphone app that connects victims or connects CPR respondents to victims at a thumb touch. I love that while Tualatin is one of the safest communities in the region, we're also working to become a healthier community. In 2014, we received significant funding for the grant that you saw on the screen about the Tualatin River Trail. We got $1.6 million from the state of Oregon. And I want to thank Region 1 Manager, Director Ryan Winsheimer, who happens to be a Tualatin resident. And Ryan said he was coming. I haven't seen him, but if he's not here, we have a guy who runs ODOT in this region, lives right in Tualatin. A little home cooking. But you know, that grant wouldn't have happened if it weren't for CenterCal. Fred Bruning and CenterCal came to us very early in the implementation and the design of Nyberg Rivers and said, we're going to put up over $500,000 for the city to have to expand that trail in the Tualatin River. And then Roy Rogers from the Washington County Board of Commissioners came to Tualatin's aid and said, the county will put in $750,000, and was able to secure the votes of his board and the support. And together, that money more than doubled the money that we got from the state. And then finally, we got a grant from HEAL, Healthy Eating, Active Living. And so that allowed us to do some benches and things. And so together we have over $3.5 million. And again, it's not only a partnership, but it creates that missing link between the Tualatin River Inn Community Park and Browns Ferry Park, as you saw on the map. So again, thanks to everyone who contributed to that. Tualatin is a HEAL Gold City, Healthy Eating, Active Living. And we're recognized by Michelle Obama in her Let's Move Cities and Towns. So Tualatin is and will become even a healthier community. Thank you for your support. I appreciate that. So speaking of active, I think the most active place in our town might very well be the Pole Center. And for those of you who don't know, that used to be called the Senior Center. From the wild parties that they have at Oktoberfest or their Veterans Day celebrations to silver sneakers or a game of pool, this group of seniors is so active, I can't keep up with them. Joe, where's Joe Lipscomb? Joe, and Joe brought to us recently and shared the work that the Aging Task Force has done the past year, including meeting with city committees to discuss the needs of older adults, beginning the discussions of becoming an age-friendly city and sponsoring a variety of workshops. Busy playing out their work. And so I'd like to ask anyone here tonight that's on that Aging Task Force, would you please stand up and take a bow? So we got Joe, Bev, Larry, Dale. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. And this was a group, this is an upstart group. This is a group of self-starters that said, we want to form this task force. We want to go out and do this good work, and we're doing it on our own. Thank you very much. You saw Frank talking about art. In Tualatin, we love our arts. We love culture. We love history. It's been a great year for arts in this community. We saw the 3 major installations that captured the beauty of our community. The Centennial piece, which was that dynamic continuum, that 3D piece that's on the wall in the library. The Lazy River sculpture on the Tualatin Commons Park that you drive by all the time. Appreciate that work. And Dean, the Mastodon, private contribution to our art collection. Again, thanks to CenterCal. See, with Dean, we sort of get to remember our roots, our historic roots, or in this case, our prehistoric roots. Are there members of the Arts Committee here tonight? I saw Gary Thompson, I saw Buck. Who else is here from the Arts Committee? Raise your hand, stand up, take a bow. We talk about history, and you saw a little bit about the Historical Society on the video. It's those folks who keep our history current, keep it young, keep it alive. They enrich our community with their love of Tualatin, their generosity in sharing their memories in many cases, their stories, their knowledge of our past. So again, Larry McClure, Lois Martinezzi, Art Sasaki, Norm Park, Yvonne Addington, others. If there's anyone here from the Historical Society, I want you to stand up and be recognized. There's Larry in the back. You know, one of my favorite events is the Oregon Trail Day. And so the Historical Society organized this event. They have the young kids take their radio flyers and convert them into Conestogas, and they do a wagon train drive down from their school down to the Heritage Center, and they learn about the perils on the Oregon Trail and about settling in this region, and they really bring history to life. It's a valuable experience for the kids. It's a rewarding time for the volunteers, and thanks again to the Historical Society for making that happen. I love volunteers. You know, it was hard for me to imagine when we started our volunteer program, I don't know how many years ago it was, that we would have nearly 4,000 people participate per year as volunteers, representing over 29,000 hours of service. And just last week alone, we had 250 people participate in planting Tree for a Million. So all of our volunteers are special people, but we recognized a few of them at our annual volunteer recognition event, and I want to bring that home here tonight. Outstanding adult volunteer, Andrew Evans. Where's Andrew? Wave your hand, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. Our outstanding elder volunteer, Dave Skoglund. Is Dave here? And then we have our outstanding youth volunteer, is Janelle Santos. Is she here? Okay, we all got invitations. And then we have our outstanding group volunteer, is the Teen Library Committee. I know some of those folks are here. Hey, go you. And then a special recognition. This is something that you only do once a lifetime, because it's an outstanding lifetime volunteer achievement. And we had 2 wonderful folks we presented that to. Eleanor Micus. Is Eleanor here? Eleanor, stand up. And Lois Martinezzi. Lois, thank you. This is a lifetime of volunteering, folks. And how you've touched and shaped our community. Thank you very much, Eleanor and Lois. Appreciate it. We have some official volunteers besides your city council. Our citizen advisory committees and boards, I love all of them. So let me just real quickly review. We got the Arts Committee, the Architectural Review Board that Ed chairs, he's leaving. Our Planning Commission, our Tualatin Parks Advisory Committee, our Core Area Parking District Board, the Budget Committee. If you serve on any of those committees, or if you've ever served on a Tualatin official advisory or ad hoc committee, stand up. These are the people that give to our community. Understand that this is not just showing up to a meeting. This is usually a 3-year sentence. And many of those folks renew that. They do more time. So thank you for making that happen. And I skipped over Tualatin Tomorrow Vision Advisory Committee, but that's our newest one. And I do want to talk about them because this year they redid our vision, re-engaged longtime partners, found new partners. Some of these partners are here tonight. Legacy Meridian Park, I don't know if Ashley's still here. Of course, we heard from TriMet. Clean Water Services, is anyone here from Clean Water Services? Of course, Republic, our school district, Wetlands Conservancy, Mask and Mirrors, the Chamber, Historical Society, Neighbors Nourishing Community. Are they? Is Chad in that group here? Awesome, Robert. And of course, our citizen involvement committees, Tualatin Together I mentioned, so many others. Over 100 actions that have been re-identified as critical events to be accomplished in the coming years. So again, thanks to everybody who participates in that, and thanks to the Tualatin Tomorrow Committee. Appreciate your great work. I love collaborations. I love to watch them happen and see them materialize right here in this community. One that I want to cite to you is a collaboration between the neighborhoods, between business, between faith agency and nonprofits to team up to get some kind of great work done. And this was an example of the summer cleanup in Stone Ridge. Leading his neighborhood, Omar Lopez. Omar, are you here? Omar Lopez. And his daughter, is Benji here? Where's Benji? Benji's on the YAC, his daughter. Hello, Benji. He teamed up with Horizon Church pastor Armando Hayes. Is Armando here? He said he was coming. There he is. Stand up, Armando, stand up.